the weed every day. Don't smoke the seeds, no way. Smoke the weed, hey, smoke the weed. Younger generation.
Marijuana is a continuing problem in politics in today's society. As of right now, only 29 states sell legal medical marijuana.
You know, law enforcement is against it as long as it's on the books that it's illegal. If it's passed, then obviously we'll move on to something else. But to me, it's the same as alcohol. You know, granted, the effects are different. The effects of alcohol are different, but the gateway is there, because once you get that ultimate high, you're never going to reach that high again. So you can look for something else. Socioeconomics, it has no specific area. I mean, some of the things I've dealt with has been in affluent areas, and other things I've dealt with have been in lower income areas. In particular, down Fort Lauderdale, I mean, those sections down there, to where we made arrests in lower income, so to speak, and in higher income. I mean, illegal drugs has no boundaries as far as where demographics is going to take it. One can do it in an affluent area and go have a downward spiral and go into a bad area, or vice versa. Come in some money, get some cash flowing, buy some drugs, before you know it, you're right back where you started. I think the push right now is for legalization of medical marijuana. I see there's a lot of benefits in that. Of course, as a police officer, you know I have to uphold the law. I don't think it should be legalized for students. I don't think it should be legalized for adults, because it's the same as a DUI. DUI, everybody thinks it's just alcohol. DUI is under the influence of anything that enters the body, the way it affects the mind and the body, the way it works. So even cough syrup. I mean, so I have my doubts with the legalization of marijuana for recreational use. Because if you look at Colorado, now this isn't a scientific study on me, but from what I have read and what I've heard on the news, of course, fake news. You'd be surprised on how people are students abusing marijuana down there. They're having some issues with it now. Well, the students, number one, are using them. I mean, a lot more than what we see here. But from what I've heard and what I've seen, I get legal updates every so often in Kentucky. And it goes nationwide on what trends are going. And then one was brought up about Colorado, that the marijuana is now becoming a problem with the students. So it's not what they thought it was going to be. Sure, it may bring in some cash, for a government that are strapped with money issues. But so you'd have to have something to stop the gap if it goes into furtherance into like pills, methamphetamine, stuff like that. But if you think about it, the amount of time that's going into arresting people and putting them in jail, letting them out, judicial system being tied up, and their lives being messed up and their family lives being messed up, it's not only here, but it's nationwide. It affects everybody basically the same way. Well, I think they need to know more about it, just like they did in the 30s when alcohol and prohibition. A lot of people say, "Oh, that's taboo. You can't approve it." But as time went on, they learned more about alcohol, some of the good effects of alcohol. But overindulgence of alcohol back in the 30s led to a lot of crime, a lot of taxation, a lot of people avoiding paying taxes on it. So you basically have the same thing. Like I said earlier in our interview, alcohol was considered the gateway. Well, marijuana now is the gateway. Alcohol is part of it, but marijuana is the gateway, and it affects everybody. And it's basically the same way. If you know what marijuana is going to do to you, why would you do it? And get behind the wheel of a 2,000 or 3,000 pound machine and drive it. In my career, being into so many classes and doing undercover narcotics and things like that. Marijuana, not only marijuana, but methamphetamines, opiates, or what have you. It's basically stepping stones. Kids, 12 years old, 11 years old, middle school, they start drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, e-cigs. And it goes back to the old saying that one time you get drunk, you get high as a kite, with the marijuana or the opiates, you'll never get that feeling back. So in order to get it, you drink more. Before you know it, you're addicted to alcohol. So you know that's not going to make it, so you try marijuana. Before you know it, you're smoking more and more and more and more. Then, as you go further, you say, well, I'm not getting the same high I had the first time, so let me try pills. And then it goes on to opiates and what have you. You can never get the ultimate high again. People need to understand that, you're not going to get that euphoria at the same time all the time. It's just not going to happen. That's fact. So, like I said, stepping stone, baby steps towards ruining your life. But like I said, it does have some medicinal effects that are good side.